Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the QQ9 versus the QXR. Now these are unarguably the two best SMGs inside of Call of Duty Mobile right now, and quite a few people have been wondering whether or not the QQ9 or the QXR is the better SMG. So that's what we're going to be exploring in today's video. Okay, so we're going to be doing an in-depth analysis in terms of the statistics. We're going to be having a look at ADS speed, movement speed, rate of fire, time to kill, damage at all ranges, and all that type of stuff. We're going to be doing all of that in today's video, so stay tuned. And then after that, we're going to be having a look at my personal opinion and, combined with my experience in the pro scene, which gun it will be more viable. And finally, we're going to be having a look at my personal favorite loadouts for those guns. Just so you guys can use them to the best of your ability. But just before we get into the video, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe, because we are trying to get to 20,000 subscribers as soon as we can. We're super close, so just go ahead and subscribe. And also make sure to go ahead and join my Discord server. I'll be linking that in the pinned comment down below. But yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and hop into the video. Alright, so the very first thing we're going to be taking a look at is movement speed. So as you guys can see on screen right now, I'm traveling from one end of training room to the other with the QQ9. And over here with the QXR, one end of the room to the other, my crosshair placed in the middle of the door the whole time. If we compare these two with each other, as you can see, there is virtually no difference. There might, been trajectory issues when I was walking, which would have made one longer than the other, but as far as I can see, there's no issues there, and they've got the same movement speed. Alright, so next thing we're going to be taking a look at is the ADS movement speed. So this is basically just speed once you're scoped in on the gun. We're going to be testing on the QQ9 and the QXR, of course. And as you can see right now, I'm just traveling from one end of the room to the other while scoped in the whole time. And they look relatively similar, but we will compare it soon enough just to see which one comes out on top. Alright, so if we take a look at them side by side, the QQ9 QXR both scoped in, walking towards the wall. QQ9 just reaches there just a little bit sooner, but as I said before, this could be due to, direction issues in the way I'm walking. But I think the QQ9 might just be a little bit faster. Alright, so for damages, 5 meters, QXR, 20 legs, 23 body, and 25 on the head. So there's only 3 parts of the hitbox, like the below the waist, above the waist, and all the way until the head. The arms, I'm pretty sure, are the same damage as the chest, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference. 14, 16, and then 17. I'll make a table of all of these once I finish testing them, just so we can compare them to the QQ9 as well. So as you can see, 14, 16, 17, and I think the values should be pretty similar for, so they basically stay the same after 30 meters. Alright, let's go ahead and switch to the QQ9. There we go. Alright, we'll bring it back to 5 meters. And so there's only 3 hit boxes, legs, above waist, and head basically. So arms are the same, and then you have head 27. So that makes it a 3-shot kill if you hit upper body shots. And 20 meters. There we go. Oh, get the head. Very nice. Alright, 30 meters. Let's go and reload. Okay, legs 13, 15, and 16 for headshots. So that's a little bit less than the other, than the QXR. Alright, I'll go for 40 meters. And 15 upper body. Yup, head. Oh, head. Give it to me. Yeah, we got a 16 there. And then the legs are 13 like before. Alright, let's go ahead and put this on a table. Okay, so as you guys can see on the table here, we have the ranges for the QXR and the QQ9. and the corresponding damage that the gun puts out, and also how many shots it would take to kill someone. Now keep in mind that we don't have the rate of fire currently on this table. I'll be bringing that up later, but that does factor into how fast someone can kill. Now the numbers for the damage, like 20, 23 and 25, so 20 represents the legs, 23 would represent the above the waist, and 25 would represent the head. Now the reason I say 5 shot is because you're not going to hit 4 headshots in a row. It's just super hard. So the amount of shots it takes to kill will be factored by the up above the waist damage value. So yeah, 23 times 5 would be above 100, which would be a kill. Yeah, let's just go ahead and just read over the list. Alright, so up to 8 meters, 20, 23, 25, 5 shot. This is for the QXR, by the way. Up to 13 meters, 17, 19, 20 for a 6 shot. Up to 18 meters, 16, 18, and 19 for a 6 shot as well. And above 19 meters, basically 14, 16, 17 for a 7 shot. For the QQ9, up to 11 meters, you get 22, 25, and 27, which would give us a 4 shot. Up to 16 meters, 20, 23, 25 would be a 5 shot. 20 meters, 17, 19, and 20 for a 6 shot. Up to 27 meters, 15, 17, and 18 for a 6 shot. And above 28 meters, you get 13, 15, 16 for a 7 shot. Now, just by looking at this graph, you can already sort of tell that the QQ9 has a bit more range. However, this could be changed due to the rate of fire for the gun. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the rate of fire and the time to kill for the QQ9 and the QXR at different ranges right now. Alright, so for the QXR, as you guys can see, we have a time to kill of 261 to 7 meters, 326, 13 meters, 326 for 18 meters, and 391 after 18 meters. Also note that it has a rate of fire of 920 RPM. Alright, so for the QQ9 up to 11 meters, we have a 220 millisecond time to kill. Up to 16 meters, we have a 293 millisecond time to kill. Up to 27 meters, we have a 366 millisecond time to kill. And above 28 meters, we have a 512 millisecond time to kill. And also keep in mind that the RPM of the QQ9 is 820, which means that the rate of fire for the QQ9 is slower than that of the QXR. Now, taking a look at the stats, it would appear that the QQ9 is actually better at closer ranges in terms of time to kill. However, the QXR does beat it when it comes to longer ranges. So, QQ9 king of close range, QXR a bit more mid-long ranges. Alright, so the next thing we're going to be taking a look at is the ADS speed of both the QXR and the QQ9. So, we're just going to go ahead and compare the two. So if you slow it right down frame to frame, as you guys can see, they basically scope in at the same time. QQ9 might seem a little bit faster, but they basically have the same ADS speed. So yeah, they're equal in this part. Alright, so the very next thing we're going to be taking a look at is recoil. So for the QQ9, as you guys can see, I'm not doing anything to control the recoil, and I have no attachments on for either of these guns to control recoil. So yeah, as you guys can see, we've got the QXR over here, and it goes a bit to the left here, and then goes a bit back to the right. So it does have a little bit of horizontal recoil, which is a bit harder to control than vertical recoil. Yeah, if we switch back to the QQ9, we'll just aim right here. Yeah, but as you guys can see, the QQ9 just goes up like a tiny bit to the right, but it's all basically vertical. And that basically means that the QQ9 has better recoil because vertical recoil is much easier to control than horizontal recoil. So in terms of recoil, the QQ9 is better than the QXR. Now that we've finished all of our stat testing, I know it's been a long video and it's taken me a really long time. So I'd really hope you guys go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already and leave a like on this video. But anyway, statistically, I do feel like the QQ9 is better statistically. Now, one of my biggest nitpicks on guns, regardless if they're an LMG, SMG, or AR, is the iron sight. And I think the iron sight on both the QQ9 and the QXR are both relatively good. However, I do prefer the QXR iron sight just a little bit more. I don't really like the rounded iron sights as much, but obviously you can get the more flat iron sight with the skin that I've been using in this video with the QQ9. So that's always an alternative, but not everyone has that skin. However, since it is like a QQ9 and you're going to be using it at close range, you're not really going to be, going for long ranges. So I don't think the iron sight's going to really affect you too much. And I do think that there's not too much of a difference in terms of iron sights. But yeah, talking about the rest of the gun, the feel, I do feel like the QQ9 always just feels just a little bit more mobile. It just feels more free, while the QXR always feels like a blockier version of the QQ9. I don't know if that's just me, but the QXR does feel like it lasers a bit more, but they both feel a bit pea-shootery at longer ranges. So if we're gonna narrow it down to my personal opinion, I do prefer the QQ9 just a little bit more, just because the feel of the gun is so great, and I can choose to switch to whatever iron sight I want to, depending on my mood or whatever. So the QQ9, in my opinion, is just the better gun overall. I mean, you've seen stats already. The QQ9 is definitely better. I mean, not definitely, but it's pretty much better than the QXR in statistics. And the feel of the QQ9, sorry, is much better than the QXR. And that's kind of why a lot of pros are using the QQ9. We don't really see many pros using the QXR. So I do feel like a lot of it comes down to feel in the end when you're talking about personal opinions, and the QQ9 just takes that category. So my personal opinion, I feel like the QQ9 is the better SMG out of the QXR and the QQ9. But yeah, with all of that aside, let's just go ahead and hop into the loadouts. Alright, so for the QXR, I've got a monolithic suppressor, no stock, enhanced bolt, OWC laser tactical, and a granulated grip tape. For the QQ9, I've got an RTC recon tac long, no stock, OWC laser tactical, 45 round extended mag, and a granulated grip tape. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, because I put a lot of effort into this video. So yeah, please make sure to go and do that. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.